Good evening, everyone. This is El Harahito. I'm from Syria. So I was hoping to post better videos than just a random video like this. I wanted to add some facts and evidence to support my narrative. But electricity situation is not good enough yet, and we barely have electricity. It takes time for the new leadership to fix and repair what Assad regime has ruined over the past 14 years. Anyway, there are many things that we need to address. For example, let's start with the accusations, made by the regime remnants that, oh my God, HTS are doing this to people and they are hurting these guys and those guys and all that. No, come on, stop. They have been lying since day one. They kept lying until the very last hour. Like they kept sending SMSs to the people, they were automated. Like, oh, don't worry, the Syrian army is as good as you know it, and they will retake Syria from the rebels and terrorists and all that. I mean, the regime has fallen at the same time, at the same minute. Like, people were still receiving those messages. Like, seriously. I mean, the rebels, they took control of the TV center in downtown, in the city center itself. Like, they just went there and went out live and they said, we control everything in Syria now, and, you know, the regime is no more to be here or whatever. So, the thing is that yesterday, maybe, or 2 days ago, some countries they gathered in Jordan. Like they all gathered to discuss the Syrian matter, like after the Assad regime has been toppled. And guess what? They all gathered to discuss the Syrian matter without any Syrians in there. Like they didn't even have any Syrian representative. And they said, oh, we need to secure a peaceful transition of power in Syria. Like, are you kidding me? Hello, newsflash, motherfuckers. Like, Assad has fallen, and the rebels took control of Syria, and they took control of the capital city, Damascus. Like, the 2254 decree of the UN is useless now. Like, I mean, it like the body of it, like it not the body, the condition of this decree stipulates that the opposition, represented by HTS, and the regime, they sit together and they share the power. The regime has gone, and the rebels control the city now. They control Damascus. Why the fuck do they have to, get back to this shitty decree, or whatever you call it? And what hurts more, more than other things, like the the Syrian National Coalition of Opposition. Like, what the fuck, guys? You haven't done anything for Syria. Like, you just kept taking your salaries, spend the money in hotels and restaurants, and go from country to country and just enjoy the tourism in those countries, and you did nothing. All you did was just take the money and cry like babies. Oh, Assad is doing this, Assad is doing that, and you keep crying and asking other countries to help you, but no one cared because you had no credibility in the Syrian street. No one fucking cared about you. You suck, guys. So just shut the fuck up. Leave us alone. Leave us be. Cut this bullshit and come back and build the country with us instead of doing this shit with other countries that don't want peace for Syria. Alright? And speaking of those countries, like maybe, let's say, UAE, they have created like counter revolutions in many countries that had successful revolutions, like in Egypt, when Mohammed Morsi he won the elections, and after, like, I don't know, was it 2 years or more, they toppled him. They created a counter revolution and they took him down. That was, like the UAE job. And they did something similar in Libya. They kept supporting Assad in Syria. Like even in his last day, like they kept saying, "Oh, we can help you. We will help you. But you have to, hold your ground." But he couldn't hold his ground. He fled and he flew to Russia. He lied to his people, his supporters, his army. He said, "Oh, I'm going to get support from Iran," and then he left to Russia, and he stole $30 billion of Syrian money. He he made us bankrupt in Syria. Like we have no. We don't have other coins, other currencies in Syria. We only have the Syrian pounds. So he stole the money of the people, and he betrayed his people, his supporters, and he betrayed his army. Like his army was still fighting on the ground, and suddenly they were shocked. Oh, really? The president has already left? What the hell? Fuck this. They just stopped fighting. So, really, guys, in the coalition, cut this shit. Stop this. And oh shit, I forgot. I meant to say the UAE. Like, come on, guys, you gotta stop this. Enough with this counter revolution shit. We don't need this. Like, we are happy. We have breathed freedom for the first time in our lives after 54 years. I mean, yeah, I know I'm not 54 years old, but generations in Syria have not known freedom since Hafiz Assad took control of Syria. He just became president and he started to ruin everything. Like just like made it like a dictatorship in Syria. So what? Wait. You have to excuse me. This is like my first live ever on YouTube, and I'm talking about politics. We haven't spoken about politics all our lives. We only like used to whisper, between me and my friends, me and my family members. This is how we do it in Syria. Like we just whisper because the walls have ears. Anyone could be a snitch. They would just like write a report about you, like, oh, this guy said this about the government and the president and this. Okay, I'm gonna write a report, and they just like send it to the authorities, and they just come out of nowhere. They just capture you and send you to jail, like Sednaya jail, Sednaya prison. Have you seen that Sednaya prison? Holy shit! I mean, we knew that those things existed in Syria, but we could not even imagine how bad they were. They were like, as I was watching, like I was like shocked. Like, damn, like, can humans get this atrocious? So, actually, like, this is not like the regime's crimes are not happening only in the prisons. They happen like they used to happen in the battlefields, like whenever there were like battles between the regime and the opposition. The regime would use what do you call them, explosive barrels. A jet would fly above the city, which is controlled by the rebels, newly controlled by them. They would just bomb the shit out of this town or city or whatever, just to get those few rebels out of the town, so they destroy the whole thing, like a burned land method, strategy or whatever you wanna call it. So hold on. Yeah. So after they bomb the shit out of a city or a town and kill lots of people, and they break into the rubble and they find some civilians. What do? They just enjoy killing them. There are lots of videos. I mean, I have seen some videos, old videos, like since 2012 up till like 2018, I guess. All these videos have been documented, and they are available when needed. So maybe I'll use them in my next videos. So what do? Like those regime soldiers, they would like get into a city and they would just capture people and enjoy killing them. Like, I mean, I have always been afraid, like, to of going to like Mexico, for example, like because they have cartels, or other countries, they have mobs and gangs and stuff. And then when I saw this in that those things happened in Syria, I was like, damn, like they are no different from those international gangs, you know? So when people in Syria, when they demanded freedom, it didn't happen out of nothing, because there was a reason. The regime was atrocious. Well, it was a tyrant, you know, like Assad was a tyrant, and people needed to breathe the freedom air. And finally, after 54 years of depression and tyranny, they finally got what they deserved. And now some people are trying to fuck up with this shit. Come on, really, guys. And what fucks you more is that some of them are Syrians. Are we really Syrians? Come on, guys. Coalition, stop doing this shit. Come to Syria and build it with us, instead of like, inviting foreign powers into the country. Yeah, well, and by the way, speaking of, the president, let's remember the president, the former president. He just published a post or a statement like, oh, I didn't escape from Syria on the 7th of this month. So I didn't, what he said, like the conclusion of his shitty statement, we call him Abu Kalson right now, because that, which means the one with underwear, because when the rebels broke into his, houses and palaces and all that, they found lots of photos with him only being in his underwear. Like, come on, dude. Like, you have all this money, and you technically, like, you controlled the whole country, you owned the country. Like, nothing happened here without your permission, and you just took your photos in your underwear. Yeah, so he said, like, the conclusion of his shitty statement that he posted a few hours ago, like, he was, like, not he was, like, people said that he escaped from Syria by the 7th of December. And then he said, no, I did not. I left the country because the terrorists, they took control of Damascus, and they reached Damascus by the 8th of December. And I left like minutes before they got to the, his location, the, what do you call it, the Republican Palace, his place. And he also noted that he did not escape from Damascus. He went first to Latakia, and then he escaped from Latakia, because when he tried to go to Latakia, he went there. He thought that there would be backup by Russia, but Russians fucked him up, so fucked him over. So he found himself like empty-handed. What the fuck do I do? So he said, okay, fuck it, I'll just go to Russia with all the stolen money. Yeah, so I will be doing other videos. This is like just because I wanted to, like, to address the the non-Syrians. I mean, the Syrians can watch this too, but I just want to deliver a message to the decision makers in the world. Like, we are free now, and we don't need any intervention. Just leave us be. We have been fighting for 14 years, almost 15 years, because Assad couldn't, like, leave his position as a president. He just wanted to keep everything for himself. Yeah, and please don't listen to the coalition. They are bullshitters. They just want their piece of the cake, because they have done nothing. They said they represented the revolution when it started, but they did nothing. They just kept going to this conference and that conference, and that's it. They did nothing concrete. I mean, if you ask people here in Syria, what did the coalition do to you? Like, did it serve you? They would say, who the fuck are those guys? Yeah? So the ones who liberated Syria, they deserve to be rulers for now, for this transitional period, and then when the situation in the country is better and stable and everything is good, and there are no more regime remnants, no more threats from the surrounding countries, then there the elections can be done. Like, but we have to wait for now. Like, just we need to get rid of all the threats. We can't just have elections and suddenly the threat comes out of nowhere. What should we do? Nothing. Everything will be fucked. So excuse my language, but I'm used to talk like this. Anyway, I will be doing better videos. This is like an emergency video or something like that, like an urgent video, just to like give you some outlines and like keep you up to date, and to tell the world that this coalition does not represent us. The UAE is trying to create a counter revolution to fuck up our lives again. Like we barely uh, lived, we have barely lived in peace for 1 week, and they are starting to create a counter revolution. Stop, leave us alone, God damn it. This is not your country, this is our country. I mean, maybe they are afraid in the UAE and other countries. They are afraid that since the Syrian revolution succeeded, a revolution might erupt in their countries. So they want to like fuck up the things here to tell their people, oh look what happened in Syria. They had a revolution. Look how fucked they are. So they are trying to protect themselves by fucking up our lives. Come on, stop. You need to stop this shit. Anyway, I will be seeing you soon when things get better with electricity and when I have more time. And if anyone wants to like have an interview with me or something to get updated and like just a random interview or whatever, you can leave a comment, you can contact me or whatever, because not everyone is talking about this. Like everyone is talking in Arabic, and I see that the non-Arabic not audience, like people like in the West, they are fooled by the news. Like some people keep lying to them, and they are using English language. So I said I have never done anything for the revolution. Like I kept silent because we were afraid. We couldn't say anything. I mean, when we used to watch videos posted by opposition guys, like like people who used to be against the Assad regime, like we watched them because we believed them, but we couldn't hit like button, we couldn't comment, we couldn't subscribe because everything will be tracked. And when the regime intelligence sees that this guy followed this page, which belongs to someone from the opposition, they would, like send a group there and arrest this person and lock him up. I mean, I know someone who was locked up because this is like in the beginning of the revolution. He was locked up because on the checkpoint, one of the soldiers, they asked them to give him their phones, and his friend, he had a video of a protest, and he was like, "Oh, you were protesting, all three of you." So they took him and his friends, and they put them in jail, and no one got out of jail. I mean, I don't know if any one of them recently got out, but they have been, you know, they have been hidden from sight, and there are no information about them. If they're alive or dead, or if they died under torture in prisons like Syria, which I recommend that you see, because when you see like some people are saying, "Oh, poor Syria, poor Assad," no, Assad is not poor. Like we are the poor ones. We have suffered all these years with him, and he's finally gone. You should see the horrible videos of Saydnaya prison, because you will see what we were dealing with all these years. And this is to explain to you like why Syrians were fleeing from the country, and why those who are still who stood in Syria, who remained in Syria, why did they stay silent? Like, why didn't they speak? We will discuss things later on in other videos. So I hope, yeah, I took like 20 minutes. Damn it, I'm sorry. This is my first time. Maybe next time I will be more organized with my thoughts and everything. But this is like the first video I post here on YouTube, like in like a political video or something like this. And hopefully we will see each other later. Okay, see you. Thank you.